Hi, I'm Karlee, and this is your wake up and stretch routine. All you'll need today is some open space, and let's get started. If you don't have time to do this video right now, you can save it to your watch later playlist and join me when you're ready. Let's begin today in a seated position down on your mat or on the floor. Start by taking a few deep breaths as you roll your shoulders up, down, and back. Just waking up into our bodies this morning and connecting with our breath. One more shoulder roll. Then we'll take our left ear to our left shoulder. Hold it there for a moment. Now extend your right arm out to the right and bring your left arm all the way up over your head towards your right ear for a little extra gentle pressure on the neck. Breathe into the sensation throughout the right side of the neck. Gently roll your chin down closer to your chest to hit more of the back of the neck. Take a long, full breath in and a long breath out. Bring your head back to center. Remove your left palm and let's take that to the other side. Gently drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Bring your right arm all the way up overhead towards your left ear and extend your left arm out to the left. Allow gravity to do most of the work here as you stretch through the left side of the neck. Breathe in to create space. And breathe out to relax. Gently roll your chin a little down closer to your chest, stretching into the back left side of the neck. Fill your lungs with each breath in, and relax and release with each breath out. Bring your head back up to center, and remove your hands. On an inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, spinal twist. Bring your left hand to your right knee and your right arm back behind you. Inhale to stretch long and tall through the spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Look over the right shoulder. Breathe into your twist. And exhale here. As you come back to center, keep your left hand on your right knee. Bring your right hand across to your left knee. Inhale here. Exhale, round the spine. Pull the shoulder blades apart as you use your knees for leverage and tuck your chin to your chest. Breathe into this space behind the shoulder blades. Take another breath in here. Exhale through the spine. And come back to center. Release your hands. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Good morning. Exhale, twist. Bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand back behind you. On your inhale, first grow tall through the spine and exhale, twist over the left shoulder. Breathe in here. Breathe out, settle in. Gently untwist. Keep your right hand on your left knee. Left arm reaches all the way across to the right knee. Take an inhale first. Exhale, pull the shoulder blades apart and round the spine. Breathe into the back space of your heart. Relax the shoulders. And gently come back up to center. We'll come into tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists and your hips over your knees. Cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift your tailbone, lift your chin and your gaze. Exhale, round and curl, push the mat away as you tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow pose, drop your belly, lengthen the entire front body, stretch your throat. Exhale, round and curl through each vertebrae. 2 more just like that. Feel all of the spine stretching and lengthening in each direction with your breath. 1 more here. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, belly button pulls into the spine. And return to a neutral spine. Bring your left toes back behind you. Tuck them so they're on the ground here. And rock forward and back just slightly to feel into the back space of the calf muscles. We're waking up the back of the leg. Bring your left knee back down to the mat. We'll take that to the right. Bring your right leg back behind you. Extend it long. Tuck your toes and rock back and forth through the calf muscle, through the ankle. And back to tabletop. Bring your right knee to the mat. Tuck your toes underneath you. Use your fingers to make sure even your tiniest piggies are tucked under. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Taking a couple breaths here in this toe stretch. It might not feel like too much at first, but your toes and your feet will start to really awaken here. Take 3 more rounds of breath. Last inhale. Long exhale. Bring your palms back down to the mat. Pat the tops of your feet out. And then sit back onto your heels, this time with your toes untucked. Bring your hands back behind you and gently rock your weight into the tops of the feet. Your knees might stay on the ground or they might start to hover off just slightly as we reach into the tops of the ankles here. Reversing the direction of the stretch. Inhale here. And exhale, release back to tabletop. Tuck your toes. We'll come into downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back here. You can bend your knees a lot as you press into the mat with all 10 fingertips and pedal out the heels. Dropping right heel to the mat and then left. Getting a little bit deeper into the backs of the legs than we just did before. Relax your neck. Now step your right foot between your hands and lower your left knee down to the mat so we're in a lunge here. Bring your hands on top of your right thigh and start to sink your hips forward and down. Here we're compressing through the right hip flexor and opening up more into the left hip flexor. This is really important to do, especially if you have low back pain. Tight hip flexors can be a big cause of that. We'll stay here for another breath in and another breath out. And your next breath, reach your left arm up and over to the right side of the mat. This will get a little bit deeper into the hips and stretch through the side body. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, half splits. Straighten through your right leg here any amount. It doesn't have to be perfect. And flex your right toes towards your face as you lengthen through the spine first. And then exhale, melt the chest down. If the ground is feeling really far away from you, you can also bring some big books here, some blocks underneath your hands. That'll bring the mat a little closer to you. We'll stay for one more breath. And rebend the right legs. You're in a lunge. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee off the mat, and step back to downward facing dog. We'll take this to the other side. Look between your hands and step your left foot between the hands. Drop your right knee down to the mat and walk your hands up onto your left thigh. We'll sink in here for a couple rounds of breath. This time lengthening more through the right hip flexor, the front of the right hip, and compressing into the left psoas muscle. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and hug your core in a little bit tighter. Now we'll reach the right arm all the way up overhead and over to the left. Keep sinking the hips down and forward. For another inhale. Exhale, back up to center and half splits. Bring your hands down to the mat. Flex through your left foot and straighten any amount through your left leg, just enough to where you feel the back of the leg warming up more into the hamstrings. Inhale to lengthen your spine first, and exhale to release the chest down. Rebend into the left knee. Tuck your right toes, lift your right knee off the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. We'll roll forward into plank pose just for an inhale. And exhale, lower all the way down to your belly, nice and slow. Sphinx pose. Bring your forearms onto the mat. They should be your elbows should be directly underneath your shoulders here. And then energetically pull your chest forward. Make sure your toes are untucked and squeeze slightly into the glutes as you come into this gentle back bend, pulling the heart space forward. Your neck is neutral in line with the spine. Stay for another round of breath. Gently lower your chest to the mat. Bring your right arm out to the right side fully. Tent up onto your left fingertips and bend your left knee so your left foot is pointing up towards the ceiling. We're coming into a little scorpion twist. Drop your right ear to the mat and start to roll your left foot to the other side of your right leg. Now you can stay here with your left fingertips tented up on the mat, or you can bring your left hand around your back. So we're getting deeper into the front of the shoulders here. And you'll also start to open up the chest more, which is really good to do after a full night of sleeping, especially if you sleep in fetal position where your spine is a little rounded. Here we're undoing some of that damage. Let's come back to the belly. This time send your left arm out to the left. Drop your left ear to the mat, tent up onto your right fingertips, bend your right knee so your right toes are up towards the ceiling. Now twist, right foot comes to the outside of your left leg. Option to stay with your right fingertips on the mat, or option to wrap the right hand behind your back. Your right knee is pointing kind of up towards the ceiling if you can get it there, to open up into the hip. Breathe into the spine, breathe into the shoulders. And come back to your belly, gently untwist. Excellent. We'll make our way to child's pose. Send your hips back to meet your heels. Rest your forehead on the mat. Take 3 rounds of breath. Gently come back up to tabletop and sit your hips onto the mat here. We'll end with one more deep hip opening stretch. This is called double pigeon. So have your right foot on the ground to start. Your right foot is flexed, and your left foot is going to come on top of the right knee, and your left knee will come on top of the right foot. So we're stacking our hips as much as you can here. It's okay if your knee's floating a little bit off the foot. If you can, you'll start to encourage the knee to come down to meet your right foot. Now you can stay up tall right here, or you may choose to lean a little bit forward. That will deepen the stretch, but it'll also help your knee come closer to your foot. This will really work into the outside of the hips and your glute muscles, which is also a major cause of low back pain. And take 2 more deep breaths here. Walk your torso back up. Gently, we'll switch sides. Bring your left foot onto the ground. Right foot is flexed, stack it on top of the left knee. And your right knee is stacked on top of the left foot. So this side's a little tighter on me, you can see already. Just flex through both feet. Sit up tall to begin. And exhale, lean forwards. This can be a pretty difficult pose, so if you're not feeling like you've got it today, that's okay. Every time you practice, you'll get a little bit deeper. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Crawl your torso back up. Gently release the legs and take a little windshield wiper here, side to side. Just allowing each knee to fall in and out. Excellent job. Plant both soles of the feet on the mat. Bring your fingertips to face your glutes about a foot behind you. Inhale, roll your shoulders down your back and puff up your chest. And then send your hips up off the mat for reverse tabletop. You can stay looking forward, or if it feels okay on your neck, start to drape your neck back so you're looking behind you. Take a full round of breath in and out. Lower your hips back down to the mat. And you did it. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again next time. For more videos like this, you can download our app, Yoga Plus.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.